Hey everyone, in this video we are featuring the most recently buffed tank destroyer Grille 15, and it has been overbuffed to say the least. It used to be one of the more balanced tank destroyer and all the other TD should have been balanced around it, but all other TDs were like OP and broken, and now Grille is in the same category as well. As you can see, you can already see there's something different about the Grille. Its gun is no longer limited in arc. It goes around 360 degrees. So the Grille had two main issues. It was big, so it had no camo, and then there was it was a hull lock TD, so the turret would lock itself. I think it was 50 left and right. So both those issues or a limitation has been removed. The Grille was given 40 meters of raw camo buff, and when you have the skills and everything, it improves by 45 along with the turret rotation. So now, since Grille already had the speed, right, so you can basically set it up the way you set up Tehran, where you have you're kind of aiming at the enemy, and if you get spotted you can just run away in the opposite direction away from the enemy. You don't need to turn, because a lot of the time, right, Grille will get spotted, you're slowly retreating, take a shot or so. That is no longer the case. This tank is super meta tank now as far as the tank destroyers are concerned, and you will see it in this game as well. It's cannot be taken lightly anymore. It's still not as broken as Tehran, obviously. It's like a Tech 3 Tehran you can compare with the rotating turret as well as the camo, but the Tehran has better camo, a bit more alpha. Grille still lacks a little bit of penetration. I don't think it needs it. I think it's fine. Even the other TD span should be reduced. But along with those two buffs, it also had a buff in accuracy. The turret blooms when you're rotating turret, right? The bloom isn't as big. You will hit targets when you're moving the turret, unlike before. So it has better accuracy camo and the rotation. And if you have this tank in the garage and haven't played it, you should definitely take it out for a spin, and you will enjoy this tank. And if you haven't ridden this tank, I would encourage so as well. So I'm on highway, spawned at J1, 2100 damage, took a shot, saw a light tank was spotted, so took that opportunity to finish the light tank. Kind of overextended my stay over there, got tracked, and lost 700, approximately 700 HP. Our team is winning by 2 tanks. So far nothing special, but you can see how smooth it feels just because of the removed limitation of the turret. And you just have to get used to it though, right? Because it took me a few games as well, as I was playing just the way you play Grille normally. But to unleash its potential, you kind of have to play or get used to the concept that the turret is fully rotatable. So our team is now losing 10-1. Sorry, 10-11 by 1 tank. I played a lot of games in Grille yesterday, or today I guess. The video will be uploaded tomorrow. My average damage was about 1000 more than what it usually is. So the requirements of the mark will go up. It will be one of the more feared tank destroyers now, because it has that it has the speed already, right, and a good shell velocity for the AP rounds. Before I was not using optics. I was going for Grille. I was going with camo net, loader, and swap, because I wouldn't outspot anyone. But since the buff, I have changed the swap to optics because I can outspot people. And I had a game in proc where I did 6,000 spotting just because I was able to kind of peek backwards and run whenever spotted. And kind of worked effectively for me. Patton was pushing across, our lighting spotted him, put 2 shots into Patton, bringing my total to 4,200. It is kind of funny though, my last highest damage in Grille was in this map, in this spawn. I was in platoon, and I think I did hit the 12 damage number, and it happened. It's kind of a deja vu, as I did almost or very similar damage in the same map, in the same spawn. The light tank goes down, Patton finished. Centurion is playing in a very good spot as Action 10. he's holding a key angle, so he's playing for the team. You know, we always say sometimes that we don't teammates don't play for team, they're more selfish, but I kind of disagree. We always find yourself in situation where some teammates will be more helpful than others. For example, that Centurion Action 10 holding a very key angle, he won't do much damage, but that angle is crucial. However, on my left side, there's an Eva Runner sitting in the middle of nowhere. I was confused. Like, he could have gone anywhere, like right to the town where he's more useful, but the way he's playing is not helping anyone. Similarly, we have 5 tanks kind of just stuck on the 6th line, one of them being Waffle, and they are not helping the team either. They're basically stuck in bad position. The only one that's kind of in a decent spot is the Centurion, and then I think V5 at B6 as well. Kind of missed my shots there. I rushed it a little. I thought I didn't have time, but I kind of did. And as you can see, I'm kind of running out of my AP shells, which I'm thinking about. I should probably get a couple more, because in Grille there's a huge difference of shell velocity between AP and heat, and more often than not, since you're sniping, you go with the AP, as you have the accuracy to hit the weak spots as well. Another tank that has been super buffed, or is probably the best medium now, again for experienced players, is the Leopard 1. We'll have a video on it later this week. Also beautiful tank. It has just been magnificent. It's just amazing. I won't disclose any more details. You can go to the patch notes. So Grille was going up, missed my shot into the Grille as well. 5100 damage. Team's losing by 2. And as I always say, right, that you only have high damage games when your team is losing by 1 or 2 tanks, and when the game lasts longer. And the second thing I say is the camo is the best form of armor, camo and mobility, rather than the raw armor. And that's what the difference in Grille now is, that I will not get spotted. I will outspot opponents, and that would allow me to take free shots as well as move into cover more easily. Standard B is pushing up. He did probably spotted the Centurion this time. Again, did not aim that well, missed. Progetto again, the second time, a little bit of a frustration, but our Centurion Action 10 pushed forward. He saw the opportunity because the Standard B would have kept him spotted, and got punished from the other side, but he took out the Standard B, spotted Yag Panzer, allowing me to put a side shot into Yag. He is hull down, and as I said, I wouldn't have been able to have such a good game if it wasn't for that Centurion Action 10. Another shot into Yag, and I set him on fire while he finished the Yag. The score is 6, or we have 6 remaining, they have 7. Again, 1 tank advantage to the opponent, and that's when they're confident, right? And all of a sudden, what I see is their team has gone wild, and they started to push out 2 tank destroyers. So one was the 4005, and if you look at the minimap, there's 4 more tanks that are kind of just pushing over there, down to my last AP shell. I was kind of wanted to shoot aviary because it's a little bit tricky to shoot heat in the aviary side, right? So I kind of wanted to shoot my AP into aviary, which I did, bringing my total to 8400. Sturm Tiger is pushing forward, and somehow I ended up bouncing the side of Sturm with the Grille. It's heat round. It was the side. One of the mediums did a good job that he retreated to B2 as well. He was initially stuck on the 5 line as well, and now he's holding a good angle. Otherwise, if he stayed where the other 2 tank destroyer was, he would have died as well. Our medium tank pushed into town and found their medium, and at this point I could kind of feel that I might have a 10k game. There is a potential. Progetto, who I have missed twice, I missed him again for the 3rd time, and this one was not aimed right, and I kind of had a bloom with the heat, so I wasn't really expecting this to pen. That Sturm Tiger got confident, and this time I did not bounce off his side. 9100 damage, 1400 assists. Our team player Centurion is dead. Grille put a shot into E100, however, he ended up being spotted, and I put a shot into him, bringing my total to 9944. So one more shot, I'll have the mark, or I'll hit the 10k. But again, it's a lot easier to hit that in Grille now than it was before the update. Murat moved forward. I was expecting him to come back as he wanted to finish. They wanted to create a cross on E100 again. Put a decent shot into Murat. High rolled. I also noticed since the update, my Grille's high rolling. It used to like low rolls into like 600, but not anymore. I've been high rolling for 800 more than I used to. At least that's how I feel. With that shot into Murat, I do ended up hitting the 10k mark, and all of a sudden I realized I might be able to do 11k since Progetto is about 1100 as well as Grille is around 600 as well as I only panned him once. I switched to HE to confirm the kill on Murat, just so that I don't bounce, because sometimes you kind of end up bouncing on Murat, and I didn't want to take the risk. And our E100 is closing in. I wanted to use him as a shield so that they focus on him and while I can farm them. However, he didn't do anything useful for me, ended up dying. I guess except that first one Grille shot I penned earlier. And the Murat, which kind of pushed to kill him. It's 2v2, our medium is coming with me. I would have preferred him to hold the angle on the E2, hence a ping there, or E4. But as I said, I was confident that I will not get spotted. I'll outspot them, and if it's a Grille, I would activate my food and probably outspot him as well. Whereas before, I would get spotted by heavies as well, let alone mediums and light. A little bit of jump there. Progetto is spotted, and this time he got lucky 3 times, not the 4th time, and also 889 roll. That's what I was talking about. He's down to 1 shot. I have 5 shells remaining. Thinking about, firing 2 shells so I can get my fade-ins medal, but didn't want to jinx it because I wanted to go for 12k damage rather than mess around with the fade-ins medal. I am closing into Progetto as I will spot him. I was also expecting Grille to come back as I've been spotted on the other side. Heavy gets spotted, but at the same time Grille did as well. I decided to go for Grille since he had more health as well as more of a threat. And with that, I did hit the 12k, and now Progetto is down to 1 shot. I have 5 kills. If I do end up killing him, I'll have the top gun as well. As you can see, now in Grille you can just cruise around without getting worried of getting spotted on the very first square right as soon as you leave. That's not the case. And finally finish the Progetto, bringing him a total of 12.5k damage. So that is it for today. Again, if you haven't played Grille yet, after the buff update, make sure you do. It is very, very OP now, or strong. Still not OP as Tehran, I would say, but yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.